Feral Monday. It's so feral around here already that I'm carving out my eyebrows. I'm just taking a small amount of concealer in my C30 and I was just ever so lightly kind of shaping them. Fill in that little indentation that I have there. You know what? Let me kind of tell you what I kind of follow. So what I'll do, it's kind of wild and I've already kind of wiped it away, but let me show you again. So I kind of just draw across here and I do the same thing on top and it gives me a really nice guideline. But what I don't do is I don't really use a concealer that's too bright. And the reason why is because, let me explain. When we go too light, now I posted that yesterday, it's a little different around your brows, but I don't want to be committed to blending and kind of working that around these features. So using something closer to my skin tone to carve, it's going to be a lot easier. Now we're not going to get a super highlighted effect, but I don't think I mind that. I just wanted a little bit more structure, a little bit more definition to the brows. I'm also using this to kind of make sure that they're a little bit more symmetrical. And I can see that this one right here, see that needs to go up just a little bit more. But using a shade much closer to my skin tone, it's easier. Especially if you're just wanting to get started, maybe kind of add a little something to your routine by carving. Using an extremely light concealer is a commitment. But anyways, kind of carving on top and then using through here and through here as a guideline really helps. Jean thinks so too. Y'all, I took a video of him last night. The honk shoe was on another level. I'll post it for you right here. So I want to do some neon orange. Here's the more neon part though. But I want to do really bright as possible orange. It's Feral Monday. Tomorrow, I just went and I had a chat with the team. Tomorrow, we're gonna do a video on the brush that's coming this week, okay? If you're excited and you wanna know when it's launching, the exact time, if you would like, you can sign up for an email. I am excited. I have butterflies. I'm so excited. I'm gonna show you tomorrow. So here's a little sneak peek, and I feel like this is a brush that we use whether we're in the biggest hurry ever or we're wanting to do our most intense fun glam. So I'm really, this might be one of the most exciting brushes that we've released. I'm very excited because it's for everyone and where they're at on their makeup journey. So I'm so excited. All right, back to this orange eye I'm envisioning. And I want brown liner and I want glitter. I have ideas. First, we're gonna start with some clean canvas. And I think I really wanna do a pretty sharp half cut crease. So I already know that, and I also wanna use orange. I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but I'm very excited. And I just feel like these are us on FaceTime together anyways. So let's get our clean canvas from our socket. See how it's in the socket there? Don't worry about it getting on the lid. I kind of want to turn this into a softer peach, so we need a little bit of it there, but I know that I don't need to just go and saturate the lid with this clean canvas, but let's take it all the way up to our brow bone. Nice. I'm gonna go ahead and take it out really far. I don't know what I'm doing over here, but we could always remove that or work it into our foundation later. I love these little palettes. There's a pastel one. I'm gonna be using the neon, and this is the primary. This is the neon, you can see that. I just think they're fantastic. I love how small they are, but they pack a punch. So we're gonna pick up quite a bit of that, and we're picking that up on our E28, so we can really just go ahead and start to lay that down and pack it into the socket. I'm telling you, the quality, they're so smooth, and they're just pure pigment. Now, I want to keep it a little bit more contained through the front part of the eye, so we're going to need an E27. Here's one. E27, and I picked that up. Sorry, yes, 27. Don't ask. I'm excited. So I'm going to take that. I don't want it to go too far up to my brow, so I wanted to switch to that smaller brush. There you go. Perfect. There we go. We got our first layer. Now, when you're working with these very extreme pigments, you need to be wiping your brush in between colors. We're gonna grab Sheila, trusty Sheila here. There we go, that's perfect. Now, we're gonna switch and we're gonna transition. I'm trying to decide if I wanna use this more neon. I think I wanna stick to a little bit more of a, where this is the primary. So I'm gonna stick to this one for right now. And we're just gonna start to soften this top part a little bit. And I'm using the side of the brush. I'm gonna pick up some more, and when I'm doing this, I'm picking up smaller amounts than when I'm packing and wanting that intense color. And then it's just gonna start to blur together. Fun, right? I'm gonna pick up some more. I'm gonna kind of tilt my head back, and I'm gonna take it towards the front part. I think that Jean actually inspired this look today. So we're over into the neon, and I want to grab that shade, and I kind of want to mix that in too. It's going to really brighten it up. Maybe a traffic cone was my inspiration. I don't know what's happened here, but we're doing it. We're doing it, and we're having fun. And then I need a white eyeshadow, which, oh, I'm like, where am I going to find one? There's one here. Oh! Grab our E28 again. We did a nice little wipe off on Sheila. Pick up that white. And then I'm gonna press it. See where the light is really kind of making it look extra dewy? I want to press it there because that's where you're kind of creating a matte faux highlight. And the way that you do that is you turn your head sideways. See how you can see it here and you see it here? Wherever the light is hitting the most, that's where I want to place the white. And then I'm gonna tap it over this way while Mother does a dance with the cutlery down there. And then over this way. And that technique I just showed you, that's good for even when you don't have traffic cone orange on your eyes. We're gonna take a little bit of this canvas base. This is from City Color. I'm gonna have it linked right there. I love these so much. And these are just a really fun way to just do something different with your makeup. And then I'm actually gonna take a little bit of clean canvas because I do wanna lighten it just a little bit. And I didn't have a peachy shade. So that's gonna be perfect. C30 here. We're gonna go ahead and just kind of carve it out a little bit. I think I wanna lighten it just a little bit more. Mixy, mixy. There we go. Because what I want is I want to be able to see that line. Perfect, there it is. And then see how I just relaxed my eye? And then I'm taking it way above the fold. Stop it about right there. And then just, I know I want to do a darker shade on the outer part here. I'm going to go find us a nice orange tone brown, but it's going to have a lot of depth to it. But all I'm doing right here is making sure that I have some base there for when we grab our shade. But we're going to set the peach shade first. Okay, so what I did, we're going to take that white shade from the neon palette. Okay, we're going to pack that on here. Actually, we need to smooth that out a little bit. See, that's completely normal, but we don't want to set that. That goes for no matter the look you're doing. But I like wet bases, like so, because they grab and enhance. Look at that. And then that base underneath is going to turn this a little bit more of a peachy shade. So what I'll do is I'll pack all this on. And then I need to grab a smaller brush, which we have. Well, we did. There it is. And then we're gonna grab our E27 and that same white shadow and really just pack it into this small area so it really enhances that crease there, that definition, how it hops from that bright orange to the very light peach. And I'm just gonna keep packing and doing this. All right, so this is really cool. Do you see how I've blended that out? I need to blend it a little bit more. I see a little bit of some lines I'm not loving. But I got to a point where you can see that the brown has a lot of orange in it. And I just think that's so cool. And we sometimes don't think, and this applies to whenever you're doing any kind of makeup look, but we don't realize how much red or brown or even blue that is in our, did you hear that, Texas? Our everyday eyeshadows, our neutrals, the ones that we reach for the most. And that's why we might like that color so much. There is a lot of warmth in it, or it might be why we don't reach for a color because there's a lot of red in it and we don't like that. So this is a really, really interesting thing. That's not blended with the orange. It's not. So what I did is I grabbed this shade right here. Which one was it? Hang on, let me remember. Yep, this one, okay? So I grabbed this, okay. I blended it just a little bit more. So again, we grabbed this shade. Just making sure, because I'm telling you, I do this every day, but I still get confused because of the front camera. I'm sorry. What I don't need today is judgment. We should start saying that. What I don't need today is judgment. And what I'm looking for right now is my C31, just to make sure it's nice and smooth. And then we're gonna pack this on. And you see how it just starts to transition into that orange over there. Isn't that fun? It's a really good way to kind of see what colors you're gravitating towards, what the majority of that brown is. And this one's a very warm orange brown. You want me to explain why you're seeing it? Okay. So as we're building it here, we're seeing kind of the bulk of the color. And then once it starts to go over into that peachy white, obviously that white is the base. So what do I tell you? Anytime you have a white base, you're gonna really see the true color. But you're not seeing it here because of how heavily it's packed. I know that sometimes these things, they seem so menial and that only someone that's going into makeup artistry would care about, but they really help even just someone starting out. They help you understand makeup. And once, I need a sippy sip. Once you start to just completely understand it, you are unstoppable. And I wish that these were things that I would have been taught when I first started. So when I first started, I wouldn't have done a look like this, no. But I would have liked to have known why I liked a certain dark brown more than another dark brown. So that's why I go into so much detail. This is so much fun. So I'm not gonna do a wing. I'm just going to grab a little bit of this. And by this, I'm gonna show you, this is still that Patrick Ta palette. And I wanna do brown because I wanna add glitter on top of it. It smells like chocolate. It's not chocolate. So I'm gonna take an E26 and I'm just going to run that along my lash line. Now with these, we are gonna wanna take a little bit of powder shadow and set it, but we'll get there in just a second. But also when we're doing this technique, we don't have to worry about perfection. See that little lump there? We don't have to worry about that. Now we're gonna take dark brown shadow on an E27 and we're just gonna press over that. And then we're getting ready for our glitter. And remember how I said we didn't have to worry about it? And the reason why is because once you add the powder on top, it just kind of fluffs and blurs those edges anyways. Now this is discontinued, but it's just a champagne glitter. This one's from Melt Cosmetics. We're gonna take that on an E26 and I'm gonna put that on top of the brown because it's fun. Now I'm thinking that I'm wanting to do a sharp edge today. I've been doing kind of blurred edges and I think we'll do a sharp one with this one. I like the idea of the definition here, kind of melted and then sharp again. I'm gonna pop on this lash, and then I think it might be cereal time. It's definitely nap time if you ask Jean. Is that video not hilarious that I shared here? Gosh, he's so cute. And his little lips, what they do in that video. Ooh, cuteness aggression. I'm back. The multigrain Cheerios, they were a 10 out of a 10. Alrighty, I'm gonna do my true match. Oh, this is what I'm doing. I can only hide the brush, not this. Yeah, L'Oreal True Match shade C5, and that's cool medium. You know, I don't think I'm that medium right now. I'm not. I'm light right now. I can get to light medium, but I've really rarely ever considered myself a medium skin tone. But that matches and is not too dark. Do you see how it's matching this really even part here? So maybe the naming is off, but the range is still wonderful. They have lots and lots of shades. But I will not say that I am medium by any means currently. I'm looking for my C42 to melt this in. I do love this foundation. Love, love, love. What you saw me do right there was I was just taking a little bit from my hand. I already know that it was very smooth on my hand, so I was able to just smooth that out a little bit. And the neighbors are getting new windows, so there's quite a ruckus going on outside. Again, it's already smoothed out, so we can just go ahead and work that in. I think I'm gonna hop off again for 2 seconds because I wanna do a first impression on the Milani bronzers. They sent them to me. I'm so excited to try them. I was actually looking for them everywhere and I couldn't find them. The only place I didn't look was Walmart, but that was on my next list, and then they sent them, so. Melty, melty. So I want to go a little bit more full coverage. I'm going to grab my Hourglass, but listen, I'm actually going to use less than what I normally would. And the reason why is because I want to highlight with Pink Corrector, the one for Live Tinted. But right now I'm looking for a C30 and I cannot find it. So I'm just going to do a little bit there and a little bit there. Okay. I'm trying to decide, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do more because I'm not gonna put the Pink Corrector here. I'm gonna do it through the center, just for some highlighting and full coverage. But I need my C31. Let me find it. Okay, I found it. So all I'm gonna do here is even this out, connect it to here. We're still gonna use a concealer brush, but I just wanna make sure it's really nice and even. And I also wanted to use the Precision to really carve this out here. Clean that up nice. This eye is really fun. Connect. And then carve. Then we're gonna grab our concealer brush. We're getting there. Now we're gonna work this in. And the reason we're not gonna put the Pink Corrector underneath the concealer like we would maybe peach or whatever we're using for our skin tone is pink just really enhances better on top. Once you cover it up, it's kind of a lighter, more delicate pigment, and it just gets completely covered. So it's best to put it on top. And we're still not gonna have a super pink under eye. That's still not what we're doing here, but you're about to see it. And I'm trying to decide if I just wanna go right on top. Yeah, I'll just go right on top with the stick. I think we're gonna be okay. I will just do a quick twirl, not even wasting it, just warming it up a little. Didn't waste hardly any, but the warmer things are, the better they're gonna glide, but I wanna connect it to there and then go right on top. Same thing over here. Just to continue to brighten up that under eye. Isn't that fun? These are so creamy, so easy to use. And I was showing you, I'm gonna be wasteful, only so I can just show you what it looks like on its own. These are so creamy, and that is an ideal Pink Corrector. Ideal. So we're gonna grab Sheila, wipe this off just so we don't put too much of the concealer on top of the pink, and we're just gonna tap it out. Blends like a dream, super lightweight, and I just love that it's in a stick form. It's just really easy. Look at how beautifully that blended. 10 out of a 10. Melty, melty. Nice and bright. But as you can see, it's still not blush underneath my eye. So let me go try this out. I'm excited. I don't know what shade I want to use. I am going to show it to you here. Oh, I also have a, look at this. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm not even going to tag it yet because I'm going to put it on in a minute. But we're going to put this on too later. It's a orangey highlight. I'm so excited. Okay, let me stop this and get back to what I was saying. We're going to do a first impression. I'm going to hop off, film it. I'll probably post it today as soon as I get done here with the new Milani bronzers. So these are supposed to be one of the best drugstore cream bronzer formulas. I think I might use this shade. It's called Spicy Season. Yeah, I'm just double checking it. That's what it looks like. That is really nice and creamy. Kind of excited. I will be back. All right, so while I was gone, I got excited and then I filmed the difference between the Milani and the KVD blushes. See how similar they look? Obviously not in color, but I'm gonna swatch this color here. This is the color I have on. But then I'm also gonna swatch the Milani, and they really do, I mean, they look like they could be friends, right? They look like they could have been side by side in the pan. But then they get on my face and they do different things. Not a dupe, that's not what I'm saying. I'm also, you'll see in the video, it's not a comparison in terms of one being better than the other. It's kind of just, I know a lot of times I see, oh, another cream blush, this is gonna be the same as my cream blush. They're not all the same. And I think I did a nice job demonstrating that. Not that we need all of them, Lord have mercy. But it kind of helps you decide, do you want something like this, or you'll see the Milani in that. It just, what do you like? And I thought it was a fun demo. So by the way, this is the shade I have on. I was honestly about to order them, but KVD sent them to me. So I'm so grateful, thank you so much. Yeah, so I'm excited to post that video and kind of explain things. We love explanations around here. So going back to needing a million different things. So I've been testing out this Makeup Forever powder. Do not love it underneath my eyes. That being said, setting the rest of my face, it's double chef's kiss. It's magical. But underneath my eyes, I feel it's a little too heavy. It's not as finely milled as, say, this one, which is the one that I do like underneath my eyes. I'll get back and tag this one in just a second. I'll get you the link. But what I like to do with this one is I actually like to take a puff. We gotta get a puff and work it in. The way that this holds the center of the face is on another level. It has been 80% humidity here for I don't even know how many days, and I've been using this. If you're oily, live in a humid climate, please. And you get a whole barrel of it too. It's a little spicy priced, but you're still using such a small amount, it's gonna last. I can't even begin to express it. You're gonna absolutely love it. And it's just, it truly, yes, okay, we're very used, oh wow, yes, it takes away the shine, amazing, oh, it looks incredible. No, it actually stays like that. Okay, it stays. It makes me so excited because I love when I find products that are pretty incredible. But again, underneath my eyes, unless you were very, very, very oily, I just don't think this is gonna work underneath your eyes. But that being said, we want that for the rest of our skin. It is very blurring too. I am gonna switch puffs, or not, because I can't find a dadgum thing. Everything has ran away. Now I'm still gonna set the perimeter, but I'm not there yet. Let me get my under eye set. We're gonna use our Nakia Joy. That's the one I'm using right there. That's the link. I went and got it for you. Yep, that's the right puff. Go in there, same technique. But the way that this one just goes underneath the eye. Ooh, almost showed you a brush that you can't see. It's not even the one that's gonna be releasing this week. It's a different one. All right, let's go ahead and tap that in. Give it a nice melty here. And I even love the way that the other powder kind of blurs everything together. This one's obviously very beautiful too. I love this one underneath my eyes. I think I prefer this one over the Givenchy. So good. So now I'm taking a C41, I'm taking a fluffier brush, and I'm grabbing a small amount of the Makeup Forever powder, and then I went ahead and I'm just gonna go ahead and set the perimeter here. The reason I'm using a fluffier brush is because I don't need quite as much of that targeted precision. I don't need that targeted application. Precision, not so much. I meant application. But when we're laying down the powder underneath here, it's not that we're going very, very heavy. The way that this picks up powder, it just deposits it, and it deposits it a little heavier and more, I want to find better words because I want you to understand it. I want to use the words heavy, but heavy sometimes has such a negative connotation behind it that it's not. I promise you, you want a little bit heavier application where you do tend to crease. It's not that I'm going in and baking and putting a ton of powder, but you want to use this density to your advantage. But I say it all the time, the fluffier the brush, the more diffuse the application. If you need to really set something, if you're in an expressive area like your mouth, your forehead, you want something like a puff to set. If you're in this perimeter and you just want to lightly lock in your makeup, maybe not even lock it in as much, maybe just protect it from heat, humidity, then a brush and still some pressing motions because you still need to work it in. A dust like that might lift and it's not really letting that powder do its job. But a fluffy brush and some powder, you're really, really good to go. But if you're very, very, very oily, even on this perimeter, a puff. Now I'm going to do an orange waterline, and I assure you, the shade is called burgundy. Nothing about that is burgundy, I promise. And I think that might have been named burgundy because a lot of times there are certain reds that are not going to be eye safe, especially not this close to the eye. But we still needed something in the collection. We as in EYESHADOW, who I am not affiliated with. I just say we. I always think it's very funny. They very much just said we need something in that realm. But as you can see, that is very much matching this. Now I'm going to take a little bit of clear primer. Just a little bit. And the reason I'm not going to use the orange is that this is just so much easier. I'm just going to tap this underneath there, bring it all the way across with my E27. Clear primer is just so easy. And then you're thinking, well, it's not going to look the same. It is going to look so minutely different, and the reason why is because it's just a very small area. Up here, it would look completely different. Even here, it would look different. Where I'm placing it, it's not gonna make a difference because I'm only using a very small amount. Pick that up with this. There you go. Nice and orange. Then I'm gonna take a whisper. This is new. Apparently say whisper of that, and I'm going to look up, and it's only on the tip of the brush. That way I don't have fallout. The brush catches the fallout, and I'm just gonna lightly tap that around the orange. Little tips like this. I don't care. You probably won't wear this eye, but you know what you will do? If you ever want to smudge your under eye a little bit more and you want to use a dark color, kind of tapping in right in the center, right? It's right there in the middle. Angle that upwards, look up, and then you're going to be able to blend, and then there will be no fallout because it's only going to go into the brush. There you go. You learned something. Do y'all want to know another reason that I do these looks? Obviously, as a creative, they're in me, and I have to get them out. But also, I don't want to just get stuck in a rut doing the same bronze look. If you want to, you absolutely can. But I do content. I do content for a living. I help people for a living with makeup. And if I just continue to do the same very pretty, my favorite look ever, that is helping no one. And that's why I do these extreme looks, because we can learn a technique. Even though you might not wear this, you hate these colors, there is a technique in here. And that technique can kind of help you come out of your box. Doesn't mean you're going to do orange, but you might learn how to hold a brush, how to place a shadow, and you can see it, and it's an even better visual when it's these extreme looks. Okay, so this Kiko Milano mascara is a bit pricey, but this has been the one that I've been reaching for now. And look at how tiny the wand is, okay? Tiny, yes, so mighty. The way it gives volume, here, let me do this eye for y'all. And it fits in here so perfectly. And because it's shorter, I'm not bumping and messing everything up, which we know how to fix that, but it's nice that we don't even have to deal with it. but I still get all of the volume, all of the definition. It grabs every little hair, and it does, I'll do a video too, and we'll use it on our top lashes. But in the meantime, I wanted to tell you right now how much I love it and how much I've been using it. I've been using it all weekend and then last week too. And of course, I would never tell you something, I would never recommend something if it was smudging or doing anything negative. So I love it. It's for my lip. I'm gonna show you the lip that I cannot stop wearing. It's Kiko Milano. So it's this double touch, but what I like to do is I first go in with this lip liner. The shade is 420. This is the one that y'all all asked me about the other day in one of my recent posts. Okay, throw this on. Now, that doesn't have to be perfect because we're gonna come back and perfect it even more because this is a pretty white-based lippy. I take it over, do not rub your lips together. And the lip liner does not mess with how it wears because this is a super long wear lip liner too. And then before it dries, I'm gonna shade it and perfect it. I love this lip combo so much. I get the most compliments on this lip combo. And then I found the link. This is the shade 420 Rosy Brown. It's on Amazon as well, which I assume it will sell out now. So go ahead and grab that. Okay, get that on, and then I work in sections over here. This feels like nothing on my lips. Nothing. I'm telling you, this is one of the greatest formulas ever. I got Mom wearing them now too because they just don't come off. It's, ugh. I cannot get over the double touch, and then paired with the lip liner, which again, the lip liner doesn't run away either. And then I do the same on that side. Now we just gotta wait for this to completely dry, and please, I know I'm a broken record out here. Do not rub your lips together with this formula, or really any matte lipstick formula. While that's drying, let's apply our highlighter. So I bought that pink one. The pink one is called Space Age Gifted, and this one is called Space Age Prophecy. And this one's gonna have a blue-orange flip. You can see the blue there, but it's also gonna be very orange. So I'm just gonna go in here. I love these. They are an absolute sparkle bomb, yes. They're super sparkly. But that being said, they are absolutely stunning. Just absolutely stunning. I'm just gonna soften that a little bit right there. I think wait till you see it with back camera. In fact, I'm gonna go film a quick video with back camera with it. This will take me 2 seconds. But then I also want to put it on my inner corner too. E27. Love it. Now, I don't know how long some of you have been with me, but I did this look almost 5 years ago and I took a lot of inspiration from it. So some of you might recognize this look. So lately I have, just because it's so much easier and because I film so much more these days. I remember this is from 5 years ago, 2019. But I had a lot less to do in terms of content, and we didn't have Rosamond Beauty then. So I was just always in a really eyeshadow creative space. I still find myself in a creative space, but I feel that my creative space has kind of moved more towards helping and trying to figure out ways to fix things that we already have, just how to get the most out of things. But 5 years ago, my main focus was doing really fun eyeshadow looks. So for that creativity, and I used to do them every single day the way I still do, but I've just been referencing some of my old looks. It's so easy. And I did them 5 years ago, so they feel fresh again. So it's really interesting, and it's really fun to see how far along that we've come, and even how my page just used to be dedicated to kind of just doing really fun looks, and it was a little bit more selfish, but it was fun. It was selfish and fun, but that's not where my heart is anymore. My heart is in helping, because there's always going to be a new makeup release. There's always going to be something coming out, and there's going to be we're going to be in the mood to buy it, and then we might not understand it, and we might revisit an old classic and not even, and we have so many new advancements in skincare, and we go, how do we do this? So everything I try to do now, everything I try to do is helping you enjoy your makeup. Long gone are the selfish days of doing a pretty makeup look and taking a picture and posting it. Now we're out here helping. And I hope that even though this was a very wild look, I hope that it helped you. And yeah, this is my current favorite lip. If you're close to my skin tone, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. And there's so many different shades of the Kiko Milano lipstick. In fact, I should just do a swatch party of those one day, because I want everybody to be able to find a shade that works with their skin tone. And I tend to gravitate towards nudes that have a pretty white base, which doesn't always work on a lot of skin tones. So I'll do a swatch party and I'll do my recommendations for all skin tones. Okay, I think that's everything for today. I love you all so much. In case nobody's told you today, I love you. And I don't think I'm gonna post tonight. I will post on TikTok. So if you're on TikTok, you'll see me, but I'm not gonna post over here on IG. But I love you with all of my heart, and I'm always here in the DMs if you need something. Love you.